So there's a big problem with Cloud Code and MCP servers. The issue is that when you have too many of them, your context window gets polluted, and the cloud itself, or whatever model you're using, gets confused. So, and also if you want to add more of them, you actually have to restart Cloud Code. So the question is, how do you solve all this stuff? Well, what I do is I have something called infinitemcp. Essentially what it is there's a bunch of MCP search engines out there, but none of them are designed for APIs or MCP to actually search for more MCP servers. So I scraped GitHub, I went through all of the READMEs programmatically through LLMs, and then I have a way right now, and I'm just going to run it locally because doing it through the entire thing is a little bit too complicated. But here, so I have now here I'm doing an embeddings query for web search, and here we can see right here that we have this thing called Smart Search right here. It's an MCP server. We know through here that I could do it through MPX, this with a server key down here, and so it uses something called MCP elicitations in order to get something like this. So essentially what would happen is that this one tool would be installed as your primary MCP server, and then if you wanted something like web search, then it would send off a query to say, find web search MCPs. It would find something like the Cloud Sway right here, or the Brave one right here, and then it would then have these elicitations and say, do you have your API key? This is basically all the ways that you can start out with Brave. So here's all the ones right here, here's all the different Braves, and so it depends on how you have it installed. There's still an MPX one over there. And then once it finds a one-shot way of doing that, then it will list the functions out, and then it would run those functions and then be able to utilize any of these MCP servers. In order to sort of show you a list of what we have here, is that if I go down to, I think GH, here's all the MCP servers that I support. There's over 1,000. And so now you can have over 1,300 MCP servers at your disposal without increasing your context window, without restarting Claude, and being able to start it whenever you want. This is a game changer. I'm going to be using it every day. All right, that's it. I call it infinitemcp.